the Guy 3 here. If you've seen the previews or even read the Koro skins, you'll know that next week in Japan, Ash has a heated match against the Mele deity Pokemon Tapu Koko. While their first match was just to get Ash to learn the Z moves, this one will be testing Ash's power, and now that he has 3 Pokemon on his team, this makes him much more of a match to fight off against the Guardian Pokemon. Now, it's no mistake that in the anime and video games, the logic behind battling vastly differ. However, my job in this video is to bring the two a little closer and calculate how the battle may turn out using video game logic. Now, some expectations will be made. For example, every Pokemon I do these tests on will be at level 100. In the anime, the concept of levels is very ambiguous and it's loose, so I assume that in battle, all of the Pokemon have the exact same levels, but their performance is based on several factors, most importantly, the trainer's performance. The real-world equivalent of this is if a football team has very high stats, even better stats than the opponents that they're playing with, but they still lose because they just have a really bad coach. Taking all of this into account, I even took the liberty of giving the Pokemon moves that they have shown to know in the anime so far and have given them items. In this example, I will never give wild Pokemon items because logically a wild Pokemon can't utilize items to their fullest abilities. Without trainer's assistance, that is. That being said, even though Ash doesn't really use items on his Pokemon, I took another liberty and gave Ash's Pokemon some items to keep them on par with the things that happen in the anime. For example, a Swallow would never be able to take electric attacks in the games. However, if you give a Swallow a Focus Sash, then he is that much closer to his anime counterpart. Now with all of those things out of the way, let's analyze Ash's team along with Tapu Koko itself to find data on the two to see how the two would match each other in battle. Then I will make a simulated battle and explain what happened. So without further ado, let's do this. Ash's team consists of 3 Pokemon currently at the making of this video. These Pokemon include Pikachu, Rowlet, and Rockruff. All 3 of these Pokemon in the metagame would fall under the category of NFE, or not fully evolved Pokemon, with their stats being relatively low. This is why I chose to make all of the Pokemon at level 100. So I can have the difference be the stats and not the levels. Looking into Ash's Pokemon, we can see some things about each that can contribute to the battle. Tapu Koko, on the other hand, is a deity Pokemon, which is a fancy way of saying he's a legendary Pokemon, and in the metagame, he falls under the OU tier because of his high stats, move pool, and typing. If we look into Ash's 3 Pokemon, we can see the following. First off, let's look at his Pikachu. Obviously, his Pikachu in this situation is going to be at level 100, much like all of the other Pokemon I've used in this example. However, Pikachu's health item will be the Electrium Z. This was more than likely due to the fact that Tapu Koko wants Ash and Pikachu to utilize the move Bolt Havoc. So they'll be equipped with the Electrium Z. The nature is Hasty. I chose the nature of Hasty for Ash's Pikachu because it fits based on his moveset if you look on Smogon. The move that Pikachu knows in this example will be Thunderbolt, Electro Ball, Quick Attack, and Iron Tail. These are the moves that Pikachu used from Best Wishes all the way to current. Next off is Rowlet. Now, Rowlet hasn't used all 4 moves, but I decided to take the liberty and throw in some moves that make perfect sense for Rowlet to use in this situation based on what's currently happening in the anime. With an adamant nature, meaning he has really high physical attack power, I decided to go ahead and give a liberty and give him Focus Sash. That way he can just last against Tapu Koko. It's no mistake that Tapu Koko has electric attacks and can wipe out a Rowlet with 1 hit, no problem. However, I decided to go ahead and give him Focus Sash because the anime has a weird way of making it so that even Pokemon that have the type disadvantage can stay around for like 1 extra turn or something. The moves obviously are Leafage, Tackle, Peck, and then I decided to give him Rest because Rowlet's known for sleeping in the middle of battles. Ash's newest contender, Rockruff, I decided to give an Evilite Stone to, more specifically due to the fact that Rockruff isn't fully evolved. However, he does show to be a very tough Pokemon, and if he evolves into his Midnight form, then the defense that he may have is justifiable. I also gave him Adamant Nature due to its high attack power, then I gave him Rock Throw and Bite because of those are the 2 moves he knows in the anime, and then I decided to go ahead and fill in the other 2 gaps with Tackle and Roar. Looking at Tapu Koko normally in any metagame of OU has Timid Nature along with the moves Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, and Grass Knot. In the preview, Tapu Koko is known to have the move Nature's Madness, so I decided to give that to him as well. And with all of those things out of the way and each of the sides analyzed, let this battle begin. Now let's take a minute here to analyze exactly what happened. Now, Rowlet would come out first because it's inevitably going to get knocked out by Tapu Koko's Thunderbolt because it's weak against Electric. However, because Rowlet has the Focus Sash, it can last a little bit longer, so it does take the Thunderbolt, but is able to do a leafage damage on Tapu Koko as well, just enough to stick it out until the end. But he does end up getting knocked out by the inevitable Thunderbolt attack, so Ash has no choice but to go into Rock Ruff. Now, wild Pokemon tend to use moves that are automatically good against the opponent that is fighting against if they have it, which in this case would be Grass Knot. However, Grass Knot won't take out Rock Ruff or do a lot of damage on Rock Ruff because of the Evilite Stone and because of the fact that he doesn't weigh a lot. So the Rock Throw is actually going to do a little bit of damage on Tapu Koko, but Rock Ruff ends up getting hit by Thunderbolt at that point and is knocked out as well. So the next Pokemon to come out would be Pikachu at that point. And Pikachu comes out and Tapu Koko has just enough health to where Ash's Pikachu could take out Tapu Koko with Thunderbolt, but it is going to get hit by Dazzling Gleam and just barely live because Tapu Koko is faster, but he's able to basically live it out and knock Tapu Koko out. So if you want to see more of these analytical battles, then like in the video and leave a comment, and then I'll see you all then, everybody. Tyrone the God 3 out. I had fun making this.